Hey, welcome to another Jerry Saden moment. This is going to be a controversial one, and this is in regards to recovery of a broken, toxic, unhealthy, and somewhat even narcissistic relationship. And most people, and I find this most unfortunately, that most people and a lot of therapists believe that there's no recovery from such kind of relationships. I'm of a different opinion. I believe the same way someone can be very toxic, unhealthy, they can change to be the better person. It will take work, it will take intentionality, it will take time. I believe so. But I believe that you can change from negativity to positivity. I believe that 100% in my heart. Because we're not born into perfection. We're born into an already damaged world, a world that's full of inconsistencies, full of drama, full of pain, full of trauma, full of hurt, full of wounding, full of so many things that just doesn't promote good health and stability. And someone growing up who hasn't dealt with a lot of that stuff internally ends up becoming, unfortunately, a wounded warrior or a wounded person who's just out to hurt. And they go in and damage their relationships, and they go in and damage their partner, unfortunately. But there are people who are ready and willing to recover because they get to that point whereby they're at the end of their rope, they're the end of their life, they're the end of their toxicity, or they're the end of their pain, and they're the end of hurting their loved ones. And they just don't know how to. And yes, sometimes there needs to be a separation whereby this person may need to deal away from their loved ones. They may need to heal away from their loved ones and then gradually graft themselves back. But I believe recovery is so possible because when you look at the umbrella of if you look at the umbrella of recovery, under it you've got repair, you've got rebuilding, you've got restructuring, you've got reconstitution. And if all those things are done right at the right time, step by step, stage by stage, this person can change and will change to be the better person. And above that, they will be that person who goes out strong on all these proper values of positivity and all these proper values of personal health and safety and being someone who creates an environment that supports all that. So yes, sometimes I know it's beyond control, but I don't believe that it's all fully beyond recovery or repair, because if both parties or that one party that is dead in unhealthy behavior and toxicity, and they come to a realization and they want to change and they're intentional about it and they're willing to take responsibility and accountability and own what they were versus who they should have been, I believe recovery is possible. It is far too possible. And yes, unfortunately, sometimes there are those that even after they recover and repair and rebuild and restructure and just be the better person, things are far much damage that the other party doesn't want to even try and engage anymore. For them, it's done, unfortunately. But I do believe there's a place whereby there's hope. Now, again, I'm going to repeat, like I said earlier, there's times when this party has to deal of their recovery process outside of the relationship because they were majorly abusive. They were majorly physically, emotionally, and all negative stuff that just dwindles someone. But I do believe it's possible to change, and I do believe it's possible to rebuild yourself. Because listen, no one's perfect, and it's unfortunate for people who had childhood trauma, who didn't even know they had childhood trauma, who wanted love and acceptance, and they thought that the best love and acceptance they would get would be in a relationship or in a commitment, not knowing that they needed to start by loving and accepting themselves despite how they grew up. And people don't know that. So they get into marriage or relationships wanting the good things. However, unfortunately, they're looking at it from the eyes of a traumatized child who's an adult working and expecting out of a traumatized mindset. And listen, those guys are human. They've made mistakes. And let's be thankful for those who've accepted that they've made mistakes, accepted the damage they've created to their loved ones. And if they're willing and intentional to take responsibility, be accountable, go through the healing process, and come out better, listen, they too need a chance. And I believe they should get that chance to be a better person. Jerry said it.